Hello Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 8. Jerry Butler was an American soul singer-songwriter, producer, musician, and politician whose voice and influence helped shape the golden era of R&B. Born on December 8, 1939, in Sunflower, Mississippi, he rose from humble beginnings to become a chart-topping artist and a dedicated public servant. His music and leadership left an enduring mark on both the entertainment industry and his community. At an early age, Butler's family moved to Chicago, Illinois, where he grew up in the Cabrini Green housing projects. It was there that he found his passion for music, singing in a church choir with Curtis Mayfield. Together they formed the Impressions, an R&B vocal group that would go on to influence generations of musicians. In 1958, Butler co-wrote and performed the group's breakthrough hit, For Your Precious Love, a song that became an instant classic and earned them national recognition. Shortly after, Butler launched a successful solo career, earning the nickname the Iceman for his smooth and controlled vocal delivery. He went on to achieve over 55 Billboard pop and R&B hits, including He Will Break Your Heart, Let It Be Me, with Betty Everett, Only the Strong Survive, and Never Give You Up. His collaboration with Gamble and Huff helped define the Philadelphia soul sound, leading to the release of his acclaimed albums The Iceman Cometh and Ice on Ice in the late 1960s. Beyond music, Butler dedicated his life to public service. In 1985, he was elected Cook County Commissioner in Illinois, a position he held for over 3 decades. His leadership focused on healthcare, community development, and the arts, making a lasting impact on Chicago and beyond. Even while in office, he continued to celebrate and preserve R&B music, hosting PBS music specials and serving as chairman of the Rhythm and Blues Foundation. His contributions were widely recognized. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1991 as a member of the Impressions and later honored by the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame in 2015. Despite his many accolades, Butler remained deeply committed to his family and his Chicago roots. His wife, Annette, originally one of his backup singers, was his lifelong partner until her passing in 2019. Butler passed away at the age of 85 after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. His voice, his music, and his legacy of service will continue to inspire generations to come. Tributes to Jerry Butler. Number 7. Peter Jason was a versatile and beloved character actor whose career spanned over 5 decades in film and television. Born on July 22, 1944 in Hollywood, California, he became known for his rugged charm, commanding presence, and ability to bring depth to a wide range of supporting roles. His extensive body of work included collaborations with some of Hollywood's most respected directors, cementing his reputation as a reliable and talented performer. Jason's career began with a memorable debut in Howard Hawks' western Rio Lobo, 1970, starring John Wayne. Over the years, he became a familiar face in numerous films, often appearing in action, horror, and thriller genres. He worked closely with John Carpenter, starring in multiple films, including Prince of Darkness, 1987, They Live, 1988, and Escape from L.A., 1996. His role as Dr. Paul Leahy in Prince of Darkness, and as a resistance fighter in They Live, remain fan favorites. Beyond horror and science fiction, Jason showcased his versatility in 48 Hours, 1982, Brewster's Millions, 1985, Alien Nation, 1988, and Hail Caesar, 2016. His ability to seamlessly transition between comedic, dramatic, and action-packed roles made him a sought-after actor across multiple genres. On television, he had an equally impressive career, appearing in iconic series such as Gunsmoke, Murder, She Wrote, The Golden Girls, Amazing Stories, and Mad Men. One of his most well-known roles was as Con Stapleton in HBO's critically acclaimed series, Deadwood, 2004 to 2006, a performance that showcased his ability to bring gritty, complex characters to life. He reprised the role in Deadwood the Movie, 2019, demonstrating his lasting connection to the character and the series. Jason's legacy extends beyond his on-screen work. He was known for his kindness, generosity, and infectious sense of humor. Colleagues and friends including director John Carpenter and Matthew Asner, son of Edward Asner, have shared heartfelt tributes, remembering him as a warm and gregarious person who brought light and laughter wherever he went. He passed away at the age of 80. His work will continue to entertain and inspire audiences for generations to come, a testament to his dedication to the craft and his impact on the industry. Tributes to Peter Jason. Number 6. Voletta Wallace was a beloved mother, educator, and guardian of a musical legacy that transcended generations. Born on February 3, 1953 in Trelawney, Jamaica, she dedicated her life to nurturing her son, Christopher Wallace, who would later become the iconic rapper Notorious B.I.G. As a single mother, she instilled values of hard work, resilience, and education, shaping the foundation of a young man who would change the landscape of hip-hop forever. Wallace moved to Brooklyn, New York, where she worked as a preschool teacher while raising her son in the Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood. Despite financial hardships, she remained deeply committed to Christopher's education and well-being, encouraging him to excel in school. However, she was unaware of the struggles he faced outside their home, later acknowledging in interviews that she learned much more about her son's experiences after his passing. After Biggie's tragic death in 1997, Wallace became the steward of his estate, ensuring his music and legacy remained alive. She managed his posthumous releases and established the Christopher Wallace Memorial Foundation, which provides educational opportunities for inner-city youth. Through this foundation, she worked tirelessly to support young people and give back to the community that shaped her son's life. In 2005, she released her memoir, Biggie, Voletta Wallace Remembers Her Son, Christopher Wallace, aka Notorious B.I.G. The book offered a deeply personal account of her relationship with Biggie, sharing the joy and pain of raising a son who became a global superstar. She expressed her ongoing grief but also pride in the legacy he left behind, ensuring that the world continued to honor his contributions to music. Wallace played a crucial role in the 2009 biopic Notorious, serving as a producer. The film chronicled Biggie's life, and Wallace made sure it told his story with honesty and respect. She remained present on set, deeply involved in every aspect of production. She later reflected on how watching the film was both painful and illuminating, revealing sides of her son she had never fully understood. In 2022, to mark what would have been Biggie's 50th birthday, Wallace participated in a special tribute at the Empire State Building, where its lights were changed to red and white in his honor. She stood alongside her son's children, longtime friends, and musical collaborators, celebrating his lasting impact on hip-hop and culture. Voletta Wallace passed away at her home in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, at the age of 72. She leaves behind a legacy of love, strength, and devotion, not only to her son but to the countless lives she touched through her advocacy and charitable work. Tributes to Voletta Wallace. Number 5. Daniel Bisogno was a Mexican television host, actor, and journalist, best known for his long-running role on the entertainment news show, Ventaneando. Over nearly 3 decades, he became a beloved and sometimes controversial figure in the world of Mexican entertainment, known for his sharp wit, humor, and passionate commentary. Born on May 19, 1973, Bisogno developed an early interest in media and entertainment, which led him to pursue a career in television. In 1997, he joined Ventaneando, just a year after the show's debut, quickly becoming a key member of the team. His distinctive personality, humor, and fearless approach to showbiz reporting made him a household name across Mexico. Audiences appreciated his unfiltered style, and despite the occasional controversy, his presence was integral to the success of the program. Beyond his work in television, Bisogno also had a career in theater, starring in productions such as Lagunilla, Mi Barrio. His ability to engage audiences across multiple entertainment platforms showcased his versatility as a performer. Bisogno was known not only for his work in media, but also for his deep dedication to his family. He was a devoted father to his 8-year-old daughter, Michaela, whom he often spoke about with love and pride. His charisma and larger-than-life personality extended beyond the screen, making him a beloved friend and colleague in the entertainment industry. In mid-2023, Bisogno faced serious health challenges. After being hospitalized, he was diagnosed with esophageal varicose veins and a rectal fissure. Despite these difficulties, he returned to work with the same energy and enthusiasm that defined his career. In September 2024, he underwent a liver transplant, and although he fought courageously through complications, his health remained fragile. He continued to engage with his colleagues and fans, even calling into Ventaneando for its 29th anniversary, expressing gratitude for the experiences and love he had received throughout his life. Bisogno passed away at the age of 51 due to complications from his liver transplant. His death was met with an outpouring of tributes from colleagues, fans, and media figures, including Ventaneando host Pati Chapoy and Grupo Salinas VP Benjamin Salinas, who both honored his legacy and contribution to Mexican television. His voice, humor, and presence will be deeply missed, but his impact on the entertainment industry remains undeniable. Tributes to Daniel Bisogno. Number 4. Fred Bekky was a Belgian singer, songwriter, and producer best known as the frontman of the Pebbles, one of Belgium's most iconic rock bands. Often referred to as the Belgian Beatles, the Pebbles became a defining force in Belgian rock music, with hits such as 7 Horses in the Sky, leaving a lasting mark on the country's musical history. Bekky was born Fred Beekmans and grew up in Hoboken, near Antwerp. His musical journey began in the 1960s when he formed the band the Fredstones with Bob Bailemans. Their talent quickly caught the attention of Norman Petty, former producer of Buddy Holly, who encouraged them to adopt a new name, the Pebbles, inspired by the popular animated series The Flintstones. Although Petty attempted to launch their career in the United States, the band struggled to gain international recognition at the time. In 1967, the Pebbles restructured with new members Luc Smets and Marcel Decour, and their career took off. That same year, they performed as the opening act for Jimi Hendrix at the legendary Olympia in Paris, marking a major milestone. Their breakthrough came in 1968 with the hit Get Around, a song that stood out in the Belgian music scene and helped establish their British-inspired sound. The band's biggest success came with 7 Horses in the Sky, a song with psychedelic imagery that became an enduring classic in Belgian rock. Their growing international presence led to recognition from industry legends, including Beatles guitarist George Harrison, who personally praised their song Incredible George. Another track, Macintosh, became a major hit in Spain. However, despite their acclaim, their debut album struggled to gain traction abroad, and internal disagreements led to the Pebbles disbanding in 1974. Bekky remained active in music, forming the trio Trinity with Bob Bailemans and singer Sophie, scoring a hit with the disco song. He also became a respected producer and songwriter, working with Belgian artists including Anne Christie, Yasmin, Joe Valley, Gary Hager, Petra, and Sylvie Melody. In 2021, Bekky was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and in the following years, he battled heart and kidney issues. In December 2024, while in Tenerife, Spain, he suffered a second cerebral infarction, 5 years after his first. On the night of February 21st, he passed away due to complications from pneumonia at the age of 81. His influence on Belgian rock music remains undeniable, and his contributions as a musician and producer continue to inspire artists. Tributes to Fred Bekky. Number 3. Karl Cochran was a renowned guitarist, songwriter, and musician whose talent and passion for rock and metal music left a lasting impact on the industry. His career spanned several decades, and he became known for his collaborations with some of the biggest names in hard rock, including Joe Lynn Turner, Ace Frehley, and Thor. Born on June 25, 1963, Cochran developed an early love for music, particularly the hard-hitting sound of rock and metal. He gained recognition not only for his exceptional guitar skills, but also for his ability to compose and co-write powerful songs that resonated with fans worldwide. One of his most significant contributions to rock history was his co-writing credit on Into the Void, a standout track from Kiss's 1998 album Psycho Circus. His work showcased a deep understanding of the genre, blending heavy riffs with melodic intensity. Beyond songwriting, Cochran became a trusted collaborator for Ace Frehley, the legendary Kiss guitarist, working on both studio recordings and live performances. In addition to his work with Frehley, Cochran played alongside Joe Lynn Turner, the former Rainbow and Deep Purple vocalist, contributing to Turner's solo projects and live performances. His versatility as a guitarist allowed him to move seamlessly between classic rock, metal, and thrash, leading him to work as the live guitarist for Nuclear Assault in 2005, further cementing his place in the metal community. Despite his extensive career as a performer, Cochran was also highly respected for his songwriting abilities and session work, often lending his talents to help shape the music of fellow artists. His passion for music was evident in every note he played, and he remained dedicated to his craft throughout his life. Outside of his musical career, Cochran was known for his kind and generous spirit. He was admired by friends and fellow musicians not only for his talent, but also for his humility and willingness to mentor up-and-coming artists. His love for music extended beyond the stage, as he often participated in projects that celebrated the legacy of rock and roll. Karl Cochran tragically passed away at the age of 61 in a car accident. His sudden departure has left a void in the rock and metal community, but his music and legacy will continue to inspire generations of musicians and fans. Tributes to Karl Cochran. Number 2. Josh Christie was a dedicated public servant, community leader, and advocate for North Dakota, known for his passion for service and his commitment to making a meaningful impact in the lives of those he represented. As a member of the North Dakota House of Representatives for the 27th District, he worked tirelessly alongside his colleagues to shape policies that would benefit the people of his state. Born in 1981, Christie grew up with a strong sense of civic responsibility. His early years were marked by a commitment to education, leadership, and public service. He pursued a career that blended his desire to improve communities with the ability to create real change through legislation. His work in the North Dakota House of Representatives reflected his unwavering dedication to public policy, economic development, and education reform. Christie was known for his pragmatic approach to governance, ensuring that the voices of his constituents were heard and that policies were crafted with their best interests in mind. He worked on bipartisan initiatives and was respected by colleagues on both sides of the aisle for his ability to listen, collaborate, and find solutions to complex issues. His legislative efforts were instrumental in supporting local businesses, infrastructure improvements, and the expansion of educational opportunities. Beyond politics, Christie was deeply involved in his community. He was an advocate for youth programs, economic development initiatives, and civic engagement. He believed in the power of mentorship and leadership, often encouraging young people to take an active role in shaping their futures. His presence at community events, town halls, and volunteer programs made him a well-known and beloved figure in his district. Christie's impact extended beyond legislation. He was a devoted husband, father, and friend. His family and loved ones were central to his life, and he often spoke about the importance of building a better future for the next generation. Josh Christie passed away at the age of 43. His sudden departure is a profound loss to his community and state. However, his legacy of service, kindness, and dedication to improving lives will continue to inspire those who knew him and those who will carry on his work. Tributes to Josh Christie. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Social media influencer Gizem Özmen, known as Lavinia Online, has passed away at the age of 24 following a devastating car accident in Turkey. According to reports, Özmen was a passenger in a vehicle that collided with a parked tanker in the emergency lane on the Izmir-Istanbul highway in Manisa province. The crash also claimed the life of the driver, Mehmet Ensar Ozdin. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but both individuals were pronounced deceased at the scene. Authorities have launched an investigation into the cause of the accident. Özmen was known for sharing her life experiences and personal struggles on TikTok and Instagram, where she built a dedicated following of supporters. Many admired her openness and willingness to discuss challenges from her childhood, offering encouragement to others facing similar difficulties. Her final Instagram post, shared on February 9th, has since become a tribute space for grieving fans. Heartfelt messages flooded the comments, with followers expressing their sorrow and appreciation for her kindness. "Rest in peace. You were a very good person, sister," one wrote, while another added, "We will never forget you." As the online community mourns her loss, Özmen's legacy of resilience and support continues to inspire. News 2. Lola Sheen, the 19-year-old daughter of Denise Richards and Charlie Sheen, is embracing a new chapter in her life, crediting her faith for a profound personal transformation. In a recent interview, Lola revealed that she was baptized in January after finding faith in Jesus a year ago. "I can't explain it other than it literally was supernatural," she shared. "Jesus rescued me and completely rewired my mind. He became my savior, but also my best friend." Lola, who had been struggling with anxiety and depression, discovered a newfound sense of peace after watching a video by influencer Ali Yost, which led her to attend a youth-focused Christian church. "Right when I stepped foot in this church, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be here every day of my life," she recalled. Although baptized as a baby this time, Lola made the decision herself, with full support from her mother. "I'm so proud of her," said Denise Richards. Lola shared the emotional moment on Instagram, posting a video of her baptism alongside Psalm 91:14. "The Lord says, I will rescue those who love me. I will protect those who trust in my name." Now she is using her platform to spread positivity, launching the Heavenly Bonded podcast and sharing her testimony on YouTube. Fans will get a closer look at her journey in Denise Richards and Her Wild Things, premiering March 4th on Bravo. News 3. Rapper Tyga is grieving the loss of his mother, Passionay Nguyen, who passed away on January 18th. The 34-year-old artist shared the heartbreaking news on social media, posting an emotional tribute alongside a photo of himself holding his mother's hand, which still bore a hospital wristband. "R.I.P. Mom," Tyga wrote, expressing the deep pain of her absence. While the cause of death has not been disclosed, his post suggests she had been battling an illness before her passing. Passionay Nguyen, who was 53, played a significant role in Tyga's life and career. She raised him as a single mother and was often credited with encouraging his love for music. Despite the personal tragedy, TodaY recently released his latest album, NSFW, earlier this month. However, fans and friends are now rallying around him, offering their condolences and support during this difficult time. The rapper's announcement comes on the same day news broke about the passing of Voletta Wallace, the mother of legendary rapper the Notorious B.I.G. While it's unclear if the timing influenced TodaY's decision to share his loss, the wave of shared grief has sparked an outpouring of love from the hip-hop community. Fans continue to send prayers and messages of support as TodaY takes time to process his mother's passing. News 4. A Minnesota family is mourning the loss of 17-year-old Elizabeth Libby Radecki, who was tragically killed in a car crash while driving home from school on February 14th. The accident, which occurred in Washington County, happened amid snowy conditions, and authorities believe the weather may have been a contributing factor. Libby, a student at St. Croix Prep Academy in Stillwater, was known for her bright spirit and kindness. Her parents, Chris and Dawn Radecki, shared their heartbreak while expressing gratitude for the outpouring of support they have received. The people who are reaching out to us, letting us know the impact that she had on their lives, has been one of the reasons we are breathing, Chris said. Her mother recalled the devastating moment she learned of the crash, saying, "The earth split open." Chris also shared a final memory with his daughter before leaving for work that morning. "We gave each other a hug and said, 'I love you.' We're both so grateful those were the last words that were said." Libby was deeply involved in her community, volunteering at Camp Daniel, a Wisconsin-based organization supporting individuals with disabilities. She had planned to be an intern there this summer. A GoFundMe campaign has raised over $26,000 to support her memorial and Camp Daniel. Her school remembered her as a student whose optimism and enthusiasm brightened every space she entered. News 5. After 44 days of intense search efforts, the remaining 5 missing miners' bodies have been recovered from a flooded coal mine in Assam, India. The tragic incident occurred on January 6th, when 9 miners became trapped after water rushed into a narrow tunnel known as a rat hole, which had been manually dug to extract coal. Rescue teams, including the National Disaster Response Force, the Indian Army, and the Indian Navy, worked tirelessly to locate the miners. The first 4 victims were found within a week of the disaster, while the search for the remaining 5 continued for over a month. Authorities have confirmed the identities of the 9 deceased miners: Ganga Bahadur Shrestha, Hussein Ali, Jakir Hussain, Sarpa Barman, Mustafa Sheikh, Kusi Mohan Rai, Sanjit Sarkar, Lijan Magar, and Sarat Goyari. DNA testing will be conducted to officially verify the remains. In a statement, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma announced that the families of the victims will receive financial compensation from the state government. Officials have also launched an investigation into illegal mining activities in the region. The mine, located in the Dima Hasao district, was being operated illegally, as rat hole mining has been banned in India since 2014. Despite regulations, these small, unauthorized mines continue to function in northeastern states. Survivor Ravi Rai described the terrifying ordeal, recalling how he and his fellow workers clung to a rope in deep water for nearly an hour before being rescued. Authorities continue efforts to ensure safer conditions and prevent future tragedies. Number 1. James Ferguson was a distinguished anthropologist and scholar, widely recognized for his critical insights into international development, political anthropology, and economic systems. His rigorous analysis and thought-provoking critiques reshaped how scholars and policymakers understand development programs and their impacts on local communities. As a professor and chair of the anthropology department at Stanford University, Ferguson was a guiding force in the field, influencing generations of students and researchers. Born on June 16, 1959, Ferguson pursued his passion for anthropology at the University of California, Santa Barbara, where he earned his BA in cultural anthropology. He later obtained an MA and PhD in social anthropology from Harvard University, setting the foundation for a career dedicated to examining the intersection of development, politics, and social structures. His most influential work, The Anti-Politics Machine, remains a seminal text in anthropology and development studies. In this book, Ferguson critically analyzed international development programs, arguing that they often serve to depoliticize economic and social issues while reinforcing state power rather than addressing the root causes of poverty and inequality. His work challenged mainstream narratives and inspired new approaches to development theory and practice. Throughout his career, Ferguson's scholarship extended beyond critiques. He also explored alternative economic models that could provide more inclusive and equitable solutions. His later work focused on basic income policies and their potential to transform social welfare systems. In 2009, he delivered the prestigious Morgan Lecture, the highest honor in anthropology, in recognition of his pioneering work in this field. As a mentor, educator, and public intellectual, Ferguson was deeply committed to fostering critical thinking and encouraging young scholars to challenge dominant paradigms. His students and colleagues admired him for his intellectual generosity, sharp analytical mind, and unwavering dedication to meaningful academic inquiry. Beyond academia, Ferguson was known for his humility, kindness, and passion for justice. He believed that anthropology should not only analyze the world, but also contribute to making it a better and more just place. His work continues to shape policy debates, research, and activism in international development and economic reform. James Ferguson passed away at the age of 65. Though his physical presence is no longer with us, his ideas, influence, and contributions to anthropology and global development will endure for generations. Tributes to James Ferguson. John Burnett was a beloved television personality whose warmth, humor, and authenticity endeared him to generations of viewers. Born in Knoxville, Tennessee in 1953,